throughout history, powerful men have had more than one woman, okay? But modern world and society has told you that men will have one woman.
At this stage, we kind of need to kind of open up the speaking space and understand that polyamorosity is not just exclusive to men.
She would have been a bit delusional by thinking that she's the woman that's going to change this man.
I had a time I didn't speak to no men at all for a long time.
Have women not fought for the right to choose? You can't keep letting women not be accountable for the same things that you demonize men for.
Welcome, and you know me, I'm Dinalva, and I only bring you the juiciest of topics. And today we're going to get into something very interesting, okay? We've been hearing about this in the media a lot. We're talking about David Haye, Nick Cannon, polygamy, polyamorous, blah, da, 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 whatever that means. And that's what we're going to be discussing today. When is the right time to tell your partner that you are not into monogamy? You want more people involved.
My name is Chyna, I'm the man's voice, and before you even ask me or look at me in that way, yes, I am a one-woman type of guy, okay? Because I know what she's gonna say. Chy. No. So, but where I'm from, traditionally Cameroon, my dad is a chief, and he's actually allowed to have more than one wife. But if you've ever been to my house and had a mother like me, you would not want to have two of her. No, but I love her. No, you will not want to be married to two of her, but you will want to have her twice as your mother. Okay.
So, well, to have this conversation, I can't just be doing this with this one. We'll argue about it for sure. So I brought, a girl to be on my side. Please let them know who you are, sister.
My name is Raquel and I live in London.
And obviously we have an op on his side. And what is your name, sir?
I'm not an op, man.
I'm joking. This is just for the camera. Come on, op.
I'm a Chinx. I'm a full-time beige person.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, guys, so welcome to Chinx and Raquel, and obviously shout out to my co-host Dinalva. So guys, what we're going to do is we're going to watch a quick clip, and it's going to be speaking about polygamy and polyamorous relationships, and then we're going to get straight back into some questions, okay?
Let's have a look.
Let's go.
Are you actually talking to more than one woman at the same time? How many? Yeah, there's three others, but there's only three.
Three? There's only three.
6 months now. Yes. On top of all of that, she doesn't respect my Nigerian values.
When you landed at Heathrow Airport, do you know that you landed in the United Kingdom, that you are not in another Nigerian state?
I landed in Gatwick. I believe in polyamorous relationships.
This is the first time I'm hearing of this.
Is that's when someone believes that they can be in a relationship or married to more than one person?
No, I know what that means.
In Nigeria, it's very normalized in many states. In some states, states. So, are you in that now? I mean, you've never really asked about, obviously.
Never really asked.
I hope you haven't asked.
Asked what?
Why did she ask? She
Ask
hasn't
what?
asked if I've seen anyone else. Like, we've been there for 6 months. Like, you should. That's why you should.
6 months.
If you were better at communicating, then you would have known. Are you actually talking to more than one woman at the same time? How many?
Are you talking to other people?
Yeah, there's three others, but there's only three.
Hey! There's three others, but there's only three. 6 months into the relationship, and it said zilch.
I never said relationship, I said dating.
Okay, this is what they call it these days. But go on then. How do you feel about that? Would you have done the same thing? Oh, actually, no. I know you don't do that. What would you have told your brother in this situation?
Live your life, man.
Live your life.
It's quite honest, and maybe it's just the mailing me, but she seems like difficult. Like she seemed like I wouldn't want to be around her all day.
You want to talk to her about what? Okay.
Nah, yeah.
But he said it's for culture, not because she's jarring.
So what, you have a problem with the culture?
No, I'm just asking. You mentioned the girl, but I'm just asking, like, what would you have told him? Because 6 months into dating, isn't that a bit of a violation to her?
I'm not a dictator, innit? So I can't just be telling people what to do and how they live their life. Do you know what I mean? And when
advice would you have given?
when like certain roles are looking for applicants, you take on a lot of interviewers, don't you? And you choose the best candidate, don't you?
No, I thought this guy, he's a problem. But fine. So you're basically just saying he's still in interview stage.
If he can maintain that, like I can't tell him what to do in his life. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not going to be a dictator.
So I think.
What would you have said to your brethren?
No,
if this is the situation?
I think it's not what I'll say to my brethren. It's so when we talk about polygamy or polyamorous relationships, what we have to ask ourselves is this actually a relationship? Okay, it's 6 months. Okay, how many they've been seeing each other for 6 months? do you consider in your past when you've been seeing someone for 6 months to be in relationships, is that a time where you believe you can truly expect some form of commitment from somebody? Okay, that's one thing you need to ask yourself.
3 months usually.
No, but I'm saying
6 months, definitely.
what you believe at 6 months that's a man should be giving you commitment.
Yes.
You do.
That's a long time, man.
6
That's
months.
half a year. That's like you nearly like
6 months, 100%.
You could have
A lot
nearly
can-
had a baby
lot
at
can
that.
happen.
You could have nearly had a baby in 6
Yeah.
months.
Yeah, if it's
you can.
know, it's,
Why?
that's a long time.
Why did you get married in the 6 months, or you
No,
just
I'm
want?
just saying, like when you put it into context, 6 months is a long time.
Not really. This is why a lot of women are running around with baby mamas, because you meet a man after 6 months and you have his child, and now for the rest of the 18 years,
How long do you
years.
reckon then?
What do you mean? As a woman, you should be doing your due diligence, and if 6 months is all it takes, then that's fine. But then if it ends out badly, and I meet you and I say, how long did you know your baby for? You told me 6 months. I'm gonna tell you make bad decisions.
I wouldn't have a baby after 6 months.
But a second ago, you told me 6 months is enough time.
I'm saying 6 months. When you look at it, like 6 months is the same time that you're taking to get to know somebody. Somebody else is already nearly done with their gestation, so you're wasting time. Essentially, is what I'm trying to say. When you put it
It's
into
too long
context,
for you not to know.
yeah,
No, I
6
don't-
months is a long time.
So would you say that that's a flaw on her behalf then? Because it's 6 months and she still doesn't
on
know
this
what it
video
is.
situation, no, I think he should have told her since in the get-go, since the
He
beginning.
should have told her what.
Yo,
That
I'm
he's
Nigerian.
open to more than one woman.
Yeah, but in terms of what you just said, like it has to be a two-way thing. Like there's women that may have think they've been with a man for a year and he's thinking, oh, we've only been together 2 months. We're just mucking about for 10 months.
I
Do you know
know.
what I mean? So it has to be a mutual agreement, because I've had women that I weren't with in relationships, and then I've been speaking to other people and they find out and they've wilded out on me like we're together, and I have to go, hold on, we were never in nothing committed. Like, do you get what I mean? So sometimes they fill in blanks and then they take those as like an assumption is a scenario you've made up in your head. And then you go and you act on that when it's like, hold on, that's something you made up. I never agreed to these terms and conditions.
I'll be honest with
Okay,
you. You
fine.
cannot expect commitment from a man. I don't want to do this, but I have to do this. Like, boyfriend and girlfriend is a primary school relationship. That is a primary school relationship. You have a boyfriend and girlfriend in reception. Everyone, oh, my little girlfriend, boyfriend. You were supposed to graduate. Okay, you're supposed.
Didn't have
Wait,
a boyfriend
you're
until I was 16.
okay.
though.
At 16, you had a boyfriend. Okay, and you know if you have another now in your age now, you're not supposed to have a boyfriend. You're supposed to have a husband. At some point, you're supposed to graduate. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? So it's like a lot of the times when people are speaking about this, at some point you're supposed to graduate from where you currently are. So I just want to focus more on like women. You have to make it clear what you want, and also make it clear to ask the man what they want, because you don't get to be 6 months down the line and the man saying, oh, you didn't know. When a man meets a woman, there's a lot of questions we need to ask. I have a lot of questions that I ask, and it lets me know if the type of woman that I want to deal with. And I think a lot of women's problems and a lot of their, their gripes could be literally solved if they just ask men a few questions. But unfortunately, I'll be real with you. Women don't ask the questions because they know deep down they don't like the answers.
Yeah, but this is the thing. There's a difference between, speaking to other people and then actually being polyamorous. That means that you are actively in relationships with other people at the same time. That's kind of deep. I feel like if that's what you're into, you kind of need to let it know from early on, innit?
I think most people. So Chinx, I want to take it to this thing, right? Most people are in a polygamous relationship. Whenever you go speak to a girl, whenever you go meet a girl, she's already speaking to someone. There's always orbiters around her, beta males, simps, guys that she keeps around for male attention, because for women, attention is like currency, and it's like sex to women. Attention, male attention, okay? It's a currency, and they feed off it. So even just by keeping men around them like that, it's literally like that. What are you saying, Chinx?
You're going a bit deep with that. That's a very
Is it?
deep definition of relationships.
No, because
come on, there's talking. There's doing.
Because what I'm trying to make you
things,
understand
there's-
is, yeah. See, let's talk about. Okay, so in a lot of Muslim communities and whatever communities, you can have more than one wife, but essentially we're supposed to provide equally for each wife, right? So it's not just man got my main wife on the side thing. No, she has to get a house, she has to get another house, has to be equal. Now, this is essentially what men have done. If we look at the other, the other aspect of polygamy communities. You know, one man would father many women in the village, and
wealth's built.
he wouldn't repeatedly sleep with the women. No, he would just father them, and then after that, he would carry on going. Now, so what I'm trying to make you understand is the world has been built on polygamous men, and even when we talk about cheating and men stepping out and all of this stuff, it all comes under the banner of this. When we speak about kings throughout history, if you know kings have always had. In actual fact, didn't Henry VIII cut off his wife so he can have next wives? Like it.
Genghis Khan as well.
Throughout history, powerful men have had more than one woman. Okay, but modern world and society has told you that men will have one woman. Now, not all men will. No, but the most powerful and successful men, if you find your man attractive, then the chances are other women find him attractive too, whether or not it's because he's successful, with his money. And then he now has the choice whether or not he cheats or not. See, this is the difference. Men don't have to cheat, okay? Men don't have to step out. But the types of men that most women find attractive have to fight it off more than the average man. Okay, and I just want to just focus on another thing. I'm going to bring it back because I want you to talk about. Have you got kids?
Yeah.
And you've got kids, right? So for you two that have kids, you're dating now. Someone new?
No, I've known them for a while.
No, I'm saying not the mother of your child.
Oh no.
Okay, cool.
No.
So, right, polygamy states that this is how it works. So you both have kids with someone else, but now you're dating somebody else, okay? That is polygamy. Even though it doesn't, it's not about sleeping with the same person. Your time and your resources have now been taken up. For the rest of have been divided, okay? You don't have 100% of this man. At some point, he has to answer the phone calls too. You know what I'm trying to say to you? If there's an emergency, if there's something, you know, you will need to go there. If there's, God forbid, there's something that happens where your family has to get together, you're going to have to go and do that. So a lot of times people don't understand, if you allow one man to have a baby by one woman and then you don't have a child, and then you allow that guy to make you into a baby mama or into his woman, and then you allowed other guys who never had any kids, you on a polygamous relationship, because it is not about the sexual act. It is about the resources and the time. It is not about sex.
It is kind of like that, but then polygamy then comes down also to the relationship between the man and the woman. Because, for example, even let's say this guy, he said he's Nigerian. In Nigeria, if you have several wives, you stay married to them and they still live within your compound or within your house, within the family, unless they want to be separated and go do whatever, but you are still the person's wife. So I think polygamy, it can be about the resources, but really it's about the man that will have different women. You know what I mean? Different wives. He is the head of many different little kingdoms that he's creating with different women, with different parties, you know?
Raquel, what do you think?
I still have the same opinion. I am a woman of only one man. I wouldn't share it. I don't believe the other children's ex-partner would have anything to do with that, though.
As women, obviously, when we talk about, you know, the ability to be more sexually fluid, do you think that it's actually kind of a bit more easy for women to now just say, okay, do you know what? Instead of having, you know, threesomes all the time, let's just be in a polyamorous relationship. Do you think that's something that's going on now? Because I see that there's a lot of push towards, you know, women being more open with being bisexual and stuff. So could that be the end goal, where basically men want to take two women each time?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's more expanded.
Okay.
And more spoke about, definitely.
Okay, and so if that is the case, then what do you think is stopping like women from accepting? Because I know that you said you wouldn't, but like, what do you think is the main thing that stops a woman from saying, okay, cool, like there could be we can have a sister wife?
What's stopping it?
Yeah,
it's
what's
the
the main
respect?
thing?
It depends. It's the culture, it's the background, is what you got taught and what you think is respectful to you.
Okay, so let's say I've got two examples. I've got David Haye, who has his main time girlfriend, and he has like a girl that sometimes he changes the third person often, right? Which I would say that feels like just public threesomes, I guess. And then you have a Nick Cannon where he has children with multiple women even at the same time. Okay, which one would you prefer?
None.
So that's the thing. So, you know, there is a difference between the two of them. So, you know, David Haye is essentially just, you know, having his fun and living his life, which he can. he's been successful. Why can't it, like if as long as the women are you know consenting, then it's none of our business what they do. The difference with Nick Cannon is he's creating life, and essentially he's providing for it or creating a system that the financial is not about being there necessarily in that aspect, but he is.
He's present as a provider. At
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
And
He's
as
present.
a protector overall.
But one of the things that Mariah Carey was complaining about was that or what everyone has criticized him. How can you really be a father and be present if you have that many kids? So now it comes back to the same thing what we're saying as well. It's like it's time and resources. So he is in a polygamous relationship because
He can afford it.
he can afford that financial aspect, but his time can't be there. He cannot give. If it's Christmas Day, he cannot be at 10 kids. You know what I mean? It just like he can't do it. So someone is going to have to suffer in terms of emotional. Financial, no, like he can pay,
But the whole point of polygamy is that your wives can be together.
okay, cool. So let me, you know what? Let me use Future as an example. Future.
Hey, one day is that shower. He's not a polygamous
Let me use
person.
let me use
You're
Future.
quite judgmental, aren't you?
Yeah, of course.
Let's
you have
use,
to.
Let's
That's how you
use
find
let's
the
use
moral
Future as an
value.
example, and let's use Ciara and Russell Wilson. Okay, people love to use Ciara as an example because she was she had a baby by Future who. You know, we all know what Future's like. He's got multiple baby mamas and he doesn't claim any women. Okay, cool. He's dated some of the most high-profile women and he drops them. But, like, she's gone and done that and then she's been picked up by Russell Wilson, who is a, you know, NFL player and basically he's a simp. And the reason why he's a simp, because...
But she gave him 3 children.
Yeah, but... Okay.
That doesn't change the fact
Doesn't
he's
change
a
the
simp.
fact. It doesn't
Then,
change
but
the
you
simp.
said that simp.
No, wait, hold on a second.
He's beta, maybe.
So there's been a never good time to date Future, okay? Never a good time to date Future. So when you date Future, same with that Laurie Harvey, when she dated Future, it lets me know what type of woman you are. It lets me know
100%.
what you're going for, okay? So then if you have a baby by Future, who at that time, I think he had about 5 other baby mamas before he had a baby with Ciara, you lets me know. So then when Future does what Future does, then you want the whole world to feel sorry for you, okay? But it lets me know exactly what you was kind of on, right? Okay, cool. So then now you go get Russell Wilson, who at that time never had any kids by anybody, and he now, you know, takes on your son, who is also called Future, Baby Future. Nothing like a reminder of the guy who, he's not saying to you like naming him after him, but cool.
And then broke your girl's heart
And then he goes and then now essentially, you know, you've had more kids with her and the rest of it, but that is what a lot of men have to deal with. So I'm saying to you, and essentially, you know, that is a polygamous relationship. One man has gone out there, the alpha, whatever the guy that women like to have their fun with, has gone and done with it, and another man that's come to clean up the mess.
Yeah.
And not to like put it on women, because at the end of the day, you choose who you want to be with, innit? So like, even with the Ciara example, you could say like, Future is more, for lack of a better word, like desirable than Russell. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, even you said it, like not powerful or wealthy men, they have a lot more options of picking. Do you know what I mean? And even the Future and Ciara example, she would have been a bit delusional by thinking that she's the woman that's going to change this man. So women, there's a bit of delusion in there in terms of your choice. And so if you was to like, say for example, do what Ciara done and address the type of men you're going for and who you want to be with, if you weren't chasing the men in high competition, you could avoid a lot of issues. Do you get what I mean? Instead of getting with a man who's a particular way, there's loads of evidence backing up he is this way, and then doing woe is me and blaming everybody but yourself for the choice of man you chose to be with.
But Chinx, this is one of the reasons why I tend to come down on women so hard. No, Lily. The reason why is because we have to all be accountable for the choices and the people that we choose to interact with, lie down with, create life with. So we don't accept that if you have a child or a young brother or sister and they come home from school and and they're 16 and they end up pregnant, okay, and then they tell you that we use protection, whatever, you're not gonna accept that things just happen or it just happen. But in reality, we have grown women, and men that want to. When I say to men, "Oh, but she trapped me," I'm like, explain to me how she did that. No, please break down how this girl.
So you're being accountable both ways.
Yeah. You get me, yeah. So I'll be like, please explain how this person went and did this. So it's like, in actual fact, we should never ever shame 16-year-olds or 70-year-olds for ending up pregnant or doing messed up, because in actual fact, they are naive. Yeah, and we should be shaming a woman in the 30s or woman in the 20s that goes and lies down with a guy and doesn't, because you know way more than a 16-year-old does. But you would not accept that from us, from your child or from your little brother, or whatever, or your daughter that said, "Oh, you know, it just happens." You wouldn't. You would be so mad. But then we have the same people who are older, more experienced. You get me, more versed with the world, wanting us to accept that. Why?
Delusion.
Well, I would say, like, I think to kind of just get it back on track, I would say from what you've said, there is polyamorous, which would be kind of like where you have different people at the same time, like David Haye. You've got polygamy, more in line of what Nick Cannon has done. And then you have more like promiscuity, which is what Future has done, right? To navigate those three, it just all feels so much the same that it's also kind of like normal for people to just fall into that trap. Like even right now, people talking about polygamy. They'll probably look at somebody like Future because got baby mothers. But I think that's a complete disrespect to the men that are doing it for the right reasons. I personally would not do it. I would not. But I do understand why certain men do it. And in fact, I'll tell you something. My mum is one out of many other women that have had children with my dad. I'm one of 10. Damn. Right? But guess what? He wasn't like Future. He didn't abandon people. In fact, all my siblings will know each other, and we kind of were in almost like a semi-polygamous, but it wasn't because he wasn't with the other mothers. Do you understand? And that's why I feel like it is different. I feel like my dad was definitely more promiscuous than polygamous, you know? Whereas, like a Nick Cannon, I think he's polygamous, and I kind of rate him. And I think that anybody that's doing what David Haye does, or even what Future does, but more what David Haye does, is immature. Because you're a man taking 2 women off the market and not even breeding them. You're just there showing off because you've got 2 girls that you can bang and show in public that they accept that.
Raquel, why do you think that is popular? Why do you think so many? Because I'm not saying, I wouldn't say necessarily polygamy, but I do believe that, you know, people are quite more sexually free now. It's been, you know, women have been empowered. They've actually been told that, you know, it's sexually liberated, and they can, you know, sleep whoever they want. Essentially, you can't shame, you can't slut shame, and so with that all being said, okay, I
think it all gets mixed up. I think it's all in regards to society and how people devalue so much the word of love in serious relationships. Nowadays, there's a lot of things. There's friends with benefits. There's just that person you speak with every now and then there's something. So now it's more open. I don't know. Women as well got more less shy to do things, and society show them things that they can do, etc. So they'll have multiple different men when they're not in a serious relationship. But I still believe that I don't believe in sharing husbands or boyfriends with anyone. I can accept from another couple whatever their story background is. I won't judge them or point at them, but would I
call
do
them
it?
immature, like some?
No. I wouldn't. It can be for a health reason. Like back in the days, it was health reasons. The first wife couldn't give them children. They still loved each other. They got with another one that could give them a child. It can be religiously because of this whole belief of what you follow in terms of religion. So it depends, but I would never accept it.
Let me add a spanner in the works, right? And obviously double standard of men, but what about polyamorous relationships where women have got more than one man entertaining
They can't work because a woman can only get pregnant by one man. So ultimately, it's never worked throughout society. It's never worked.
But David Haye's got 2 girls and they're not pregnant.
But I'm saying, okay, so I'm saying a woman can't have two men.
But she can have 2 boyfriends maybe then.
No, but I'm saying, no, she can't. So she can.
So a woman that has 2 boyfriends, how would you describe her?
I don't know.
So why wouldn't you call her immature like David Haye?
Because, well, actually, I should call her immature.
You should.
But, I mean, nowadays, I wouldn't call it immature. I would have said something different because I don't do that.
Why not?
And you did for David.
And usually,
But you did for David.
Of course I did.
Why?
Because he's publicly doing it. No, so I feel that the reason why for me is a problem is because you're miseducating people.
What?
Making it look like it's school.
So wait, how come David Haye can do it, but
can't do it, but your
No, I'm not. I'm just asking.
asking. No, you're not just asking. You condemned David, and then I asked you about the women,
condemned David,
and you didn't describe
because
it the
if
same.
there was a woman that was online, even for example, Brittany Renner, who was talking about how she was using men for
sorry
things.
to cut you. exactly what David's doing,
I would
a
still
woman to exactly do the same.
I would still
So
go
don't-
ham on them. The same way that I've
you
complained.
didn't?
No, of course, because the reason why I think that David Haye is a problem is because he's publicly showing the fact that he's got two women that's taken
you
out of the
said that
marriage
before.
and
Consenting,
showing it off,
though.
and he's not even.
Can I ask you a question?
That's okay if they're
Can I
consenting.
ask you a
but
question?
Go on.
Have women not fought for the right to choose? Wait, hold on a second.
They have.
Okay, so a woman. Okay, this is what I believe. Okay, and it's what I believe because it's kind of what women have fought for and what I was raised on. A woman has the right to choose. Okay.
Yes.
A woman has the right to wear what she wants. Okay. A woman has the right to go where she wants. Okay. A woman has the right to sleep with who she wants consensually.
Yeah.
Along with those rights, we have rights too. Now the problem happens is. Women have fought for equality, but you haven't fought for equality. That's not what you want. What you want is it's kind of like a dictatorship.
Step on someone's neck.
See what you want, and this is why we have some women that fight so hard for something, but in the other breath we have women that destroy what you fight for because at every given opportunity, you want to show the double standard and you pick and choose. So you picked to demonize David Haye for a lifestyle which he as a grown consenting man has chosen to have, and he has two grown consenting women who have also chosen to participate in his lifestyle. Fine, not a problem. Lots of relationships that we do not prescribe to and they work, the sister wives. The whole reason we're speaking about this is to make people understand. And I was trying to take it back. The reason I was trying to take it back to the essence of people having families and then going to other people, because essentially that is polygamy. That is because
I see what you mean.
we
In
have
traditional sense.
we have a man that has a you already, and I was gonna date a girl who hasn't got a kid, give her a kid. Or what you have is a man that has left his missus, he's got a kid, then he gets a woman that's not with her man and they've got a kid, and now he's probably doing more for that kid than he does for his own. I've seen man that will meet a woman straight away after 6 months. They're looking after that kid like it's their kid, and all time now their own kid haven't even seen them. Am I lying, bro? Of course not. I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen
that's simping, though.
So, but a lot of times people.
Why is everything a man does have a negative connotation?
No,
for you?
because that is simping. What he's saying, you're basically neglecting your old child for new pum pum. You're a simp. Think about it. Am I not lying?
When we talk about polygamy, okay, all right, let's talk about
Just
culture
commenting
and the
what you
family.
said.
So when we talk about polygamy and let's talk about culture and the family. So traditionally, some cultures it works. African communities, it's built. We've spoken about it's been a way where to kind of enhance the community.
Yeah, that's how people build wealth.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how, like strong foundations are
Yeah,
built.
and we spoke about in the sense of polyamory and promiscuity. Okay, cool. But in reality, I think people need to accept this. When you're out here dating now in the current market, I don't think anyone is truly exclusive.
You're kind of right. We live in a
It's a generalization, so I understand you. There are some people and there's people that are not.
Do you know why I say that? Because the access is too much. Whether or not
hear
people
that.
have social media. See, you're just one text, you're just one DM from Drake ruining your life, at any given
In that
time.
aspect.
Like, because
That's true.
Drake ruins normal guys' lives. You've seen it.
Even though Malay did it just the other day, man.
Oh my leg. Oh my. Listen, I'm gonna be real. If you go out with your man, yeah, you do, never go on stage. I don't care
Maybe
what.
she has an open relationship. She can have two
lie.
boyfriends.
You always make excuses,
You make excuses for women.
Like, and you see the difference, though.
Because it's funny what I just said. Do you not clock the joke? now, what for you? Why are you also emotional? What's wrong
genuinely
with
don't
these
think she's
people?
joking.
No, she violated
Of
a
course
man.
I'm joking.
No,
she went to talk about
listen,
it.
She went out with her man, yeah. She got taken on stage. Listen, I'm not saying you can't go. There's different types of
No,
going
that's
on
dead.
stage, yeah. Listen, if it's a magic show and he wants to bring you on stage and pull
Fine.
a rabbit out of the hat, that's cool. But
I wouldn't even do that in the club with
I'm
my
just
own
saying,
man, let alone do that with him.
The problem is, yeah, we don't have women. This is accountability as well. You look for double standard. Whenever I don't mind. I will hold men accountable and hold women accountable. But you can't keep letting women not be accountable for the same things that you demonize men for.
Yeah. No, for sure. For example, even with me, I've been in situations where I've cut people off for doing things like that. Where they're entertaining way too many people at once. And I'm like, that's not morally with what I align with. Yeah. But then I just think that at this stage, we kind of need to kind of open up the speaking space and understand that
I ask you something?
polyamorosity is not just exclusive to men. Girls would be doing it like crazy as well.
I think this is like, so you see how you just said that it's Like that's not something you're willing to accept. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you even though you wouldn't accept that in your own life,
Mm-hmm.
why do you still defend the argument of some other women doing it?
I never defended the argument. Before I landed my point, you guys started talking.
So sorry.
But
go on.
so that's what I was going to say. I was going to say women do that a lot too. There'll be women that have one boyfriend that pays the rent, one boyfriend that pays the phone, one boyfriend that pays the car, and all these things. And ultimately, I think that it's almost irresponsible for us to even speak about polyamorosity so openly and for it to actually be a topic, because it delays us. The same way that it will delay a woman, it will delay a man, because you're just playing around to have like the ultimate sexual experiences with as
So
many
there's a
people
clip
as you want
going.
and make it
There's
okay.
a clip going
See?
viral on TikTok right now, and it features of a girl, and she flashes basically of her all her men, all her guys.
I think I saw
You've
that.
seen it, yeah?
What?
Yeah, but about 12 different guys, and it's gone viral. And essentially,
She didn't even have a type. There was black, white,
she had
Mexican.
everything. And I'll be real, she looked in love with all of them, and all the guys looked happy. They did. But then I looked at it and I said, you know, that's 12 guys she's sleeping with. I don't want to hear no one saying she's not sleeping with them. Please don't do that, Cap. I'm tired of women doing this, Cap. Yeah, she's sleeping
She'll
with
at least get to second base.
No, she's sleeping with all 12 guys, and I find that disgusting. And with 12 guys sleeping with one woman, she gets pregnant. Who's going to be the father? Okay, and this is one of the things that...
That's why she picked different races. Makes it obvious.
She'll know.
She'll know.
Bro, the non-accountability for women is mad.
And David is still immature.
And she's allowed to pick different races and have 12 men.
Yeah.
Oh
you gotta
my-
be consistent. Otherwise, it just seems like you.
No,
'Cause
that's
like
a mad thing. Why? Of course I'm joking. That's madness.
You weren't
Do
joking when you said
no,
David Haye was
listen,
immature.
if
I
I
know you
didn't
wasn't.
think that was not a madness, yeah, I would be in that position. But I think it's a madness, so I don't
Which
put
is
myself in it. In fact, so that you know how deep it is, I've never even had a threesome, which nowadays people talk about like it's so normal.
Wait, what? Wait. When you say I've never had a threesome, do you mean you never had two girls and you a girl and a guy?
I've never been with more than one other person laying in my bed. Basically, that's what it means.
Okay, because
And it's a man, obviously.
no, but a threesome is two women and one man.
Never had more than one person, which is one man, in the same bed as me. No one has touched this more than...
But you say it like that's a problem. Is that something that you
No,
would like?
that's just me. I just have not been there because I know what the repercussions of it is.
So wait, hold on
As
a sec.
exciting as some things may seem,
Is that exciting to you,
in
having
reality,
two men in the bed?
Listen, as you said, women and male attention is like, is
don't
what we
know.
go for. So it's not like I'm not gonna say that it couldn't be fun, but I'm not gonna
two
do
men
it.
at one time?
Oh, good.
I don't know, maybe more than one person. I've got a
Wow.
lot of nyash to go around.
You've
innit?
got a lot of nash to go around.
Yeah,
So
but I'm just saying I wouldn't do that.
so two men,
because
who gets the nash? Me and-
one gets the top, the other one gets the bottom, and then they can swap. I don't know. I've never done it before. How does it work?
I'm not sleeping with two men.
Okay, so I'll tell you how it works. It's called twos up. So okay, for example,
Oh, wow.
see, a threesome consists of two women and one man. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
what you're talking, or what is what we would call a train or a battery. Okay, that is essentially two men spit roast, gangbang, something like that. I know. So yeah, that's not a threesome.
Well, okay, well,
Unless you want to.
I don't know.
I'm just
I
giving
don't
you.
know. I think that comes down. Threesome means 1, 2, 3, and then the sum is people. 1, 2, 3.
I get
1,
that.
2, 3. Boy, girl, girl. Boy, boy, girl. 3.
I
It
get
doesn't
it.
change.
No, I get your.
It's about equality,
No, I get
innit?
your logic. I get your logic, innit? But I'm just trying to make you understand. No, that's not what it is.
Well, okay. Well, that's what
It's
I'm
a
saying.
choo-choo.
I guess that is why I would call.
What about
Haye
you?
mature
Do you have
and
that same
not
fantasy?
women.
Would you like to have a threesome? Two.
Why are you putting words in my mouth?
This wasn't the topic.
No, but it's because it's part of. This is part of.
Would you be polyamorous
Yeah,
even if it wasn't like I love you to both of them? Just be like
In the fantasy,
No,
no, in a real life.
real life. Just real life. If you won't, it's fine. It's just
would I do it? Maybe, yeah.
okay. That's honest. That's
respect
honest.
the
That's
honesty.
respect. That's it. It's not about.
I would not do it, by the way.
Stop the cap.
Here, perhaps, maybe in a dream, but in a real life, no.
So back to the subject matter. So a man with two women, how do you two view that? Not even just sexually. I mean, like a relationship.
No,
How
no way.
you don't like
I
it?
find it
How,
In a
how would you?
threesome, I was talking about 2 women and 1 guy, not 2 guys, by the way.
So
That's your bag, yeah? Okay, I say no.
What-
Let's be
So-
honest. Say no more. It's okay.
She said 2 men, but I want to make sure, like,
She's like, I just want to let people know. Nah, that's not what I get
Yeah.
down. That's not me.
not me.
so
No, I
one-
would not accept it. That's it. I wouldn't accept it. Nothing. If
Not
it
for
were-
you personally, but just viewing it. So 1 man, 2 women relationship. You two think is strange.
Yes.
I don't think,
I think
it's
in a-
strange.
Not strange, but I think it's disrespectful in my point of view. In terms of you as a woman, as loving yourself, like, why would you be sharing your man like that?
So then you can't have an issue with him viewing a woman with 2 men in a negative way. Then
Oh no, of course not.
okay then.
I mean,
So we're on the
obviously,
same page.
listen,
No, of
this is
course,
the
yeah.
practicality of things. I'm practical. That's why I say all of this stuff is just like you can think about it hypothetically, but I know that if I was to say be in a relationship with 2 men and then go up to him and say, by the way, babe, I'm polyamorous. I got you and next man. I know that would never work. I know that would cause more headaches and more problems. So it's not even worth the time. That's how I see it for me as a woman dealing with 2 men. Obviously, men can find another way to deal with women, but what they will find eventually is that 2 women, to be in that situation together is going to be a bigger headache. So even just for your own sanity, don't do it.
I mean, when it comes down to, I think, no, you can take
He
it.
has fantasies probably about having 10 wives or
No,
something.
oh my, no. I just listen.
Chief.
No, men can fall in love with 2 women at one time.
I don't believe that.
You don't have to. You're not a
He's
man.
been in love with 2. Is that your accountability?
You know, yes, 100%. I can love 2, and
Have you done it before?
what do you mean?
Been in love with 2 women? at the same
100%.
time? Okay.
Maybe even 3.
How did that?
You think women can do this?
But the third one, I was being greedy. I thought I had extra love to
more
go
than
around.
choose them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
third
choose
one I was
them.
being greedy, but I 100% can love 2 women at the same time, and I 100% will work for both of them women and give them both the same. Whether or not I want to do that,
It's a different
I know I can love 2 women at the same time. I generally, but you love them for different reasons. So that's my piece of
Okay.
accountability.
So he's been greedy with love before, kind of thing, baby.
Do you know what's not being greedy? When you have this much love to give, that's being greedy to give it to
You
one
gave
person.
to 3. I beg. Look at you, this guy. Anyway, what about you? What's your accountability? Where do you need to, own up that you've been messing about?
Whoa, that was a bit
In
loaded.
terms,
Why she always coming for my... Bro!
Can we rephrase that, please?
Can you rephrase that?
all right, okay, we'll rephrase it.
Coming at you.
You got on the
I can't
back burner,
rephrase it.
What, in terms of polygamy, you mean, or
Yeah,
just
like-
in general?
Just in terms
Some
of,
accountability in your relationship
Yeah.
with women and that, innit?
yeah.
I
what's your
think it's not just specific to me. I think it's entirely accountability, because I think from the scenario we witnessed earlier, the main subject matter was like, when do you feel it's appropriate to tell someone, which is a long line with like dictatorship, because at the end of the day she knows now.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? So it's up to her to be accountable whether she wants to remain in that situation or not, instead of therefore going on a past tense and trying to control people. Because I don't like being controlled, so I don't want anyone to control me, and I
Yeah.
don't want anyone controlling anyone, because I think that's unfair. So I think we all need to be a bit more accountable with ourselves and stand on our own decisions and not pull it off on other people.
Yeah.
That's all I can
Yeah,
say.
he should have said it from the get-go, right from the beginning.
That's not being accountable.
Yeah. He should have definitely said that from the get-go. Like, if that's what you prescribe to and that's what you want to do, then you need to let the other person know from the get-go.
But remember, the Lord gave everybody free will, though. So now we're therefore removing that.
Yeah.
Like, do you get what I mean?
But free will attached with love, and if you're being, if you've been having sex with that person and you've now got an emotional attachment, like I believe this is why you can't be sleeping with multiple people, because I do believe there's more, there's the spiritual part of sex, and I don't think that's like I don't think that happens when you use condoms. No, that don't happen. But when you're laying down with someone, you're having unprotected with someone, and you start bonding with that someone, it takes a
getting
while to, when you break up, that's the bit that you have to. Now, if you think about it, you're like, F that. But there's a
when
time
it
when,
was-
do you get me? Just, you know what I mean?
was
And that's
pain.
kind of what we're good.
Do you want to know what my accountability is?
Go on.
yes, please.
I think, yeah, I'm going to really murk myself on this show because I'm being way too honest. But my accountability is I enjoy the idea of being desired by many men, but I don't like the idea of that being actioned. But I enjoy the idea, that fact that all of them will fancy me is good. I guess I'm an attention whore, maybe.
No, but I respect you.
I
for
respect
admitting
that. You know what I respect so much? We know this, not about you particularly, per se, but I mean, we understand this about, and when I said women, attention for women is like, so
I love
even
it. I love
men,
it.
we don't like women having attention for men because we know they don't need to do anything, just the fact that men are hanging about.
Yeah.
But
And can I tell you even this,
thanks for the honesty.
the craziest bit of it
Go on.
all? I like it when they come kind of like scared. They be like,
That was an evil laugh.
you're so hot, but I'm so scared to approach you, but I have to. You know, I know.
Raquel.
Well, don't cancel me.
I don't
guys.
know. That's it. I'm a strong believer that you should say it from the beginning. As soon as you start a new relationship, you have an open mind to have more than one person. You should tell them. You should also tell them that even though we kind of know, you meet someone, you know, they're always talking to someone else. Maybe not. So I had a time I didn't speak to no men at all for a long time when I was living in New York. But I think that, yeah, once you are talking with someone, I think you should tell them as well. And then it goes from there if you want to stop that or if you want to be open-minded to continue to have more than one relationship. But that would not work for me.
Look, I just truly believe that when it comes down to this, I think, you know,
One man, me boom boom, yeah.
oh my gosh, listen, my name is Chyna, I'm the man whose voice. You got my host here, the Don Diva, Dinalva. Thank you very much to my guy Chinx over here, and of course to our lovely guest Raquel over there. Guys, please like the video, comment, subscribe to our channel, turn the notification bell so you don't ever miss an upload, and we are out.
Mwah. I hope this episode has got you thinking about exploring life differently,
Be sure to come back next time.
where we're going to discuss more pressing topics in our society today. Are you ready to come back and get schooled again?
Whoa.
Come on, don't leave me hanging. Bye.